And good morning, Facebook family. Actually, it's probably good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. I'm still getting used to this time zone thing, but it's a blessing nevertheless. As you can see here, coming from the Catalyst Cabana and here in Laguna Beach. And I wanted to share this message today. I was just thinking about it, actually. I had plans for today and just wasn't feeling it. I just kind of had to tune in and just be like, is this a uh-huh or an uh-uh? And it was an uh-uh. So I decided to take today and relax and spend a couple of minutes with you. So I hope that's all right. I wanted to talk about this idea of being presently prepared. You and I are presently being prepared at all times. I've just discovered there are no accidents in this divine thing called life. Reminds me, back when I had really long hair and I was in this death metal band. Many of you have probably heard of it. Even some of you that are watching this probably even know who that is. It was a band called Cynic. And it was actually, as much as I call it a death metal band, all the lyrics were very spiritual, were very grounding. And I remember when I had, hey Deanna, yes, no accidents at all. I remember when I moved from Tampa to Miami, for rehearsals, and we were getting ready to tour Europe. It was kind of neat. We actually ended up rehearsing in what's her name? Come on, baby, do the conga. Yeah, I won't do that again, but you know who I'm talking about. She's a real famous Latin artist. I can't remember her name, but it doesn't matter. She's pretty popular. So we were hanging out and we were doing her thing, and I just remember I was really broke. I wasn't working, and needed some money to tour. Thank you, Gloria Stefan. Thank you so much, Diana. I knew my horrible singing would have probably triggered for somebody, so thank you. But I remember, Sean, the drummer, his father ran a real estate business, and to make a couple extra bucks, I remember him saying, you can do some calls for me to get listings for my real estate business. And so I was like, okay, cool. And I just remember, I was this little smart-ass kid, honestly. I had a mouth on me, I'll be honest. And I remember, just going to work for him, a couple hours a week to do phone calls. And he was teaching me a lot about voice reflection, so if you get on the call, if you're a fast-talking person answers the call. If they're a slow person, then you slow down with them. So you kind of mirror and match the voice reflection. And, at the time I got it and I did it and it did okay. I'm pretty sure I got fired. I think I was just goofing off too much or whatnot. But the point being is that I was presently being prepared. I had no idea. And, because probably about a year or so later, ended up quitting the band and ended up going into the manufactured home industry and doing sales. And I didn't realize it, and I don't know that I fully appreciated it at the time, but because I was learning about voice reflection, because I was learning about sales, there I was I think I was 20 when I started doing that. Little did I know that was a seed that was planted for me later on, once I started getting into manufactured home sales, because there's a lot of phone work involved. And so, I immediately was able to step into that role and literally, start the mirroring the voice reflection. I believe it gave me a bit of a heads up, in that business. And so, just being a pretty decent people person and, just taking some of those small skills that I had learned prior to had actually prepared me to be even better. And so, I didn't realize this. And sometimes these little nuances, these little moments of preparation, they can be kind of middle of the road. Really, there's no dark or light assigned to them. But then there's the stuff where, where darkness, we go through moments of darkness. And I remember in my 20s, and I did the mobile home business, and I was really struggling because I was really struggling with depression. I was doing a lot of drugs at the time. And that was the one moment when I know I contemplated suicide. Well, it wasn't I didn't contemplate it. I had a gun in my mouth. And, it was in those moments that little did I know that I was being prepared in that present moment. Because obviously, clearly did not go through with it. There was something that had called to me that's, said that this wasn't right. This wasn't supposed to happen. And I listened to that voice, thank goodness. Nicoletta, hello. I changed my mind. I talked about it at the beginning of at the beginning of the video. We'll talk later. I'll share with you why. But yeah, I changed my mind because we can do that, right? So today, as you're here, as you are, in these present moments, and whether it is those moments, whether it feels like it's dark, whether it feels like it's light, I feel like you and I are always being prepared. And sometimes we don't realize it in this very moment, just how much we're being prepared in the present moment to step into our higher selves, our roles coming up in the near future. Because I can tell you, it's those moments of darkness that I have been through, a bit of a roller coaster in my previous younger age, and even in my 30s, I went through some really dark times. They prepared me. They prepared me to appreciate and to be grateful for where I'm at today. I posted it the other day. One of my mentors shared with me, because he's known me for a long time. He said, "Tony, you've done so much with so little for so long. You can do almost anything with nothing." And I chalk that up to preparation, and preparation in the present moment. And because, I have deliberately many times put myself in the pathway of possibilities, even more so here deliberately in this past year, especially being here now in California. Yes, we are prepared, Nicoletta. I just want to support you and guide you in this moment, that whatever it is that you might be experiencing, whether you feel like you're in a moment of hardship, whether you feel like you're in a moment of absolute serendipitousness and things are going amazing, that we are still being prepared. I remember one of my mentors taught me, that when I'm doing financially very, very well, and paying mind to the concepts, the philosophies that have supported me in journeying to that place, that it's always a warning to the rich and it gives hope to the poor, because everything is temporary in life. And so the dark times are temporary and the amazing times are temporary. And again, this is a warning to the rich and giving hope to the poor. And I use those very loosely when I use those concepts, that you and I are always being prepared in the very present moment to step into our roles, to step into our greatness. And, I know I'm going to be stepping into some very big shoes here presently, and I've been prepared for this for a really long time. And so I just want to support you in your journey and support you in identifying that in this present moment, regardless of whatever meaning you want to assign it, because believe me, we get to assign meaning to our moments, that we support one another, and that we realize we're not in this journey alone. So, yeah, it's a great word, Diana, immersion, the future immersion, because they are coming. They always come, and they always go as well. So, again, as you're enjoying your Saturday, just want to share this couple of precious moments with you, and appreciate you and appreciate your contribution. And I appreciate that if you're watching this right now, you're probably somebody that I connect with very deeply. And believe it or not, I've got probably a little over 3,000 or so people that I friended on here or connected with, and know a huge, vast majority of you. So it's very awesome. And I just want to support you in having an amazing weekend, and prepare to relax or prepare to have fun. But nevertheless, you are being prepared in the present moment for the future immersion that comes. But in the meantime, let's just enjoy right now. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.